Hey, what's up guys? It's Coach Karina. We're going to talk about some ways to use a stick to stretch out the shoulders. Of course, we do these after we stretch out the upper back. So maybe you're on the ground and you do your open book trunk rotation stretch. Maybe you're on your foam roller to stretch your upper back into extension or straightening. But you got to loosen up the upper back first, and then we'll take you into your stick exercises to stretch your shoulders. So you find your favorite stick. This is my favorite stick. You find the one that works best for you. It's got to be long enough that your hands can grab much wider than your shoulders. Something that's really long, like a broomstick that you could adjust your grip on it, would be pretty good. A piece of PVC pipe, something like that. So these dowel passovers that we're going to start with, you've seen before. Your arms are wide like this. You reach up and over. Your hands end up behind your back. If your stick is too short, as your hands get behind you, it's either going to hurt your shoulder, which you do not push through, or it's just going to overstretch, and the stretch will feel like it's too much. Already, especially when you're doing a lot of strengthening for that area, like you are this summer in your push-up challenge, there's a constant amount of tension in the chest and anterior shoulder muscles. So because you're doing a lot of pushing, you need to work on flexibility in those muscles too, so there's not constant extra tension there. So just be aware of that. And as your muscles are sore, your stretching intensity should change. These are dynamic stretches that work really well in the beginning of a warm-up or beginning of a workout. So dowel passovers back and forth. Now, if that feels like it's too much, you can also do one at a time. So I'm going to bend my right arm, and it's going to stretch into rotation as I bring it back. But my left shoulder, the front of my left shoulder gets to open a little bit differently. So if your stick is too short, or if it just doesn't feel good to your shoulders to do both at the same time, you can always go bend one arm and stretch the arm. So they're still both stretching, they're just doing different things. This rotation is working on rotation in the above the head position like this is also important for a lot of our exercises and certainly in a lot of athletics. However, if there's any ongoing shoulder stuff, that rotation up high like that may not feel good. So just be really gentle with shoulder stuff. If there's any pain, doing these stretches through pain isn't going to help the shoulder get better. Next thing we can do is take the dowel behind the back. So you're going to go behind the back, thumbs are pointing inward, so palms are facing out, and all you're going to do is go shoulder blade squeeze and lift the hands up behind the back. Now in this direction, there's nothing wrong with my shoulders, okay? But this is as far as I can go. And that's normal range of motion there in the shoulder for pure shoulder extension is 50 degrees. We don't expect it to go any higher than that. So we're not trying to get the arms up super high. We're certainly not trying to do any of this. We're looking for shoulder extension. We need scapular retraction or shoulder blade pulled back in order to get the shoulders to extend well. We just don't expect the movement to be very big. So you go through the comfortable range. You can also, with this dowel in the position here behind the back, yank it across. Okay, yank's the wrong word. You don't want to yank on your shoulders. But if you're back here like this and you use your right hand to pull your left hand across, the anterior front side of that left shoulder will get some stretching. Again, if there's any ongoing shoulder stuff, this probably won't feel good. Pulling the hand behind the back like that sometimes just hurts. So it's not worth it. Don't do it. Find one that feels good. But you can pull across that way to work on internal rotation and that crossbody pattern behind the back. You can also grab onto the stick in the front like this with your elbows bent. You're not going to bicep curl it. You're way too strong for that, but you're going to push back and forth like this. The elbows stay close to the body, and you're rotating the forearms in and out. My right palm comes towards my body while my left hand comes out. You can notice my elbows are still pretty close to my body though. So we call this internal and external rotation. This is the job of your rotator cuff. Your rotator cuff's job is to stabilize the shoulder during movement. And so we work on warming it up down here. We can also elevate the arms. We can go 90 degrees for a 90-degree angle at the shoulder and another 90-degree angle at the elbow. And we could do that same thing. We can rotate up here. Again, to prepare the shoulders for all the directions of movement that you're going to include during your workout. When you get your arms up overhead and you're throwing weight around, the shoulder better be ready for that, and the rotator cuff should be part of that action. So hit me up with any questions. Enjoy your stick warm-ups. Have fun.